Hi, this is Mike from mysolarhome.us. We're going to review the top 6 wind turbines in the US market today. Wind turbines, typically 200, 300 watt or 400 watt wind turbines, are good for very small devices, maybe charging your phone, charging your laptop, running a few DC lights. If you want to do anything more serious, you have to look at the wind turbines in the 1000 watt or more kind of range. With a 1500 watt wind turbine, you're able to charge a 24 volt battery, and that should give you enough oomph to at least run a small cabin in the wilderness, maybe run a fridge for a little bit. But again, these are not big sources of power. They work great in tandem with solar. Most of the people who have written great reviews about wind turbines on Amazon and other websites, they work the wind with solar. The wind turbines in this review, especially the units with power ratings of 600 watts or lower, are susceptible to high wind, internal wire burning up because of excessive wind speeds. A lot of customer reviews are about unhappy customers who put out their wind turbines in extremely windy conditions, 60 miles or more, and then had the internal wiring burn out. This is something you need to be careful of. The other thing to be careful of is your installation. The wind turbines are usually installed on a pole. It's advisable to secure your pole with guy wire attachment plates. That's stiff wiring, and they're placed on all 4 opposite sides of the pole. This will give you a sturdy mount and also protect the unit in heavier winds. A typical wind turbine connection involves wiring from the wind turbine to the charge controller. From the charge controller, the 3-phase AC from the wind turbine is converted into DC, goes into the battery. From the battery onwards, you can directly connect the battery to DC loads, or if you want to connect to AC loads, you'll have to go through an inverter, which will be an external product. Let's look at the top 6 wind turbines in the US market today. The Picosolar 200 watt is low on power, but it's high on looks. It's got a vertical blade design. It looks like a red lantern. Since it doesn't have blades, it's slightly safer than the other wind turbines in the market. Very reliable. The beautiful red blades are made of a nylon fiber, and there is built-in electromagnetic braking mechanism. The Picosolar 200 requires a minimum wind speed of 3.5 miles per hour. Its rated output of 200 watts is at a wind speed of 25 miles per hour. And the maximum wind speed that this can tolerate is 100 miles per hour. There's a 3-phase AC permanent magnet synchronous generator which produces power when the turbine is rotating in the wind. All the turbines in this review, they're good in weather conditions from minus 50 to 150 Fahrenheit. The installation package consists of the wind turbine, 5 blades. There is a controller, screws and nuts. There is an anemometer to measure wind speed. Doesn't come with a battery. You would need to buy steel pipes to install. 2-inch dia steel pipe to mount the turbine. With a 200 watt rating and spectacular design, the Picosolar 200 unfortunately is not a great source of power. If you're looking for a wind turbine as something which you want to experiment with, then I would advise looking at the Picosolar 200. But if you're thinking about generating some amount of regular power and charging your battery on a regular basis, 200 watt may not be the most reliable unit in the market. It retails for $269 on Amazon as of date of this video. It's got good reviews, more than 26 reviews, all in the 4-star plus range. The Picosolar 200 may be lacking in power, but not in style, and installation is easier. Next on our list is the Dynaliving 500 watt wind generator. This is a 500 watt generator. It's got standard blades, 5 of them. The output voltage is 12 volts like the Picosolar 200. Maximum power output is 500 watts, which is significantly more than the Picosolar 200 we looked at earlier. The maximum wheel diameter of the wind turbine is 55 inches. Optimal wind speed is about 30 miles per hour, and it requires a minimum of 4.5 miles per hour of wind to get started, and the max wind speed is rated for is 111 miles per hour. This makes it pretty suitable for most regions. The Dynaliving 500 watt unit is great as a power supply for boats, pavilions, street lighting, maybe to run a gazebo, or to run small devices like your laptops, mobile phones, etc. With Teflon wired coat, the unit has excellent heat resistance. The Dynaliving 500 watt retails at $186 as on the current pricing. The unit is fairly light, less than 20 pounds, and high wind speeds don't overload this and burn wire. Customer reviews for the Dynaliving 500 watt are good. Customer service and replacement of missing items in kits was fairly good. However, spare part availability is a question mark. Kit includes a wind turbine generator, generator, 5 rotor blades, the charge controller, user manual, and mounting accessories. You would need a flagpole to mount the unit on. It's fairly easy to mount. Wind speeds required are a minimum of 5 miles an hour, so you need to be in an area of average wind. It's rated to perform at full power at about 30 miles per hour, and the max wind speed it can tolerate is 111 miles per hour. The Windmax 500 watt is our next unit. This is rated at 500 watts at a regular wind speed of 27 miles per hour. The unit has been updated with 5-blade design. The unit's nylon reinforced fiberglass blades are controlled with aerodynamic blade speed limitation and electromagnetic overspeed control. These extra protective measures are good to ensure safe operations even in high wind conditions over 60 miles per hour. You need a mounting pole for this unit. Anything taller than 25 feet will not be suitable. The included wire with the turbine is about 20 to 30 feet. So if you're planning to have a pole which is taller than that, you will have to buy additional wiring. The Windmax 500 is fairly heavy at about 50 pounds with the dimensions. The blade dimensions are about 47 inches and it's about 36 inches wide. Customer reviews are mixed with the Windmax 500. Startup speed is about 4.5 miles, but it starts to generate a little bit of power at about 5.5 miles per hour. At number 3, we have the Automax 600, comes from the Automax family. These are manufactured and shipped directly from Taiwan. The customer service is reasonably good. Returns and delivery of equipment is fairly fast and smooth. Spare parts are sometimes an issue, but they receive high marks on product quality. The Automax 600 watt wind turbine is suitable for both 12 volt and 24 volt operation, and the unit can automatically detect what batteries it's connected into. The cut-in wind speed is a little high at 6.7 miles per hour. However, that's understandable because of its higher capacity. At a minimum, you'll need a 100 amp hour battery connected to this unit. 3 motor with 3 blades and a rotor diameter of 4.3 feet. The unit weighs about 26 pounds, which is fairly light in its category. It also has a tailpiece. One of the outstanding features of the Automax 600 is its MPPT charge controller. Charge controllers we have looked at earlier, they were all a non-MPPT. And MPPT charge controllers are better because they produce more power across different wind speeds. Low wind speeds to higher wind speeds, the MPPT controller works and optimizes your power production. The Automax 600 watt also boasts of a 1-year warranty, which is excellent. Setup is fairly easy. It's got automatic braking. The Automax 600 has an integrated automatic braking system. However, that doesn't mean you get a free pass from sudden and high winds. The Automax 600 is built with high quality polypropylene. It's built to last in bad weather. It's a top performer. Has got excellent reviews. Amazon. The retail price of the Automax 600 is $549, but it's clearly not good enough to power anything larger than that. At number 2, we have the 2,000 watt wind turbine. Has excellent reviews on Amazon. It's pricey at $12.99, but it is good value. Installation is not easy, as at 1,000 watts, this generates significantly more power than the earlier wind turbines we looked at, and it requires a more stable installation. A minimum 20-foot pole is required, and again, it's advisable to secure your pole with guy wire attachment plates. It comes standard with an MPPT charge controller. An interesting option is it also has a data port. You can use a standard RS-232 cable to communicate with the wind turbine using your computer. This is excellent for monitoring. You'll be able to monitor wind speed, how much power the unit is producing, when it's producing power. It's worth the effort to get your RS-232 connectivity with the Tumo 1000. Tumo provides a 3-year warranty for the unit. A minimum startup wind speed of 5.5 miles speed is required for this unit. It's rated for power production of 1,000 watts at a wind speed of about 28 to 30 miles an hour. And the MPPT charge controller also has electromagnetic overspeed protection and overcharge protection. This unit has both electromagnetic braking and dumping as 2 separate protection from overloading and overheating during heavy wind conditions. The unit weighs about 77 pounds. The Automax 1500 is our number 1 choice. Automax units are manufactured in Taiwan. These Taiwanese built units have stellar reviews on Amazon. They pack 1500 watts, which is among the highest in the DIY units available in the market today. Its rated wind capacity at which it produces 1500 watts is 31 miles per hour. It scores over other wind turbines in it's much less noisier than its counterparts. It's a 3-blade turbine and it's made of high quality fiberglass. It also has a UV protection coating on it. The cut-in wind speed is 5.6 miles per hour. This produces DC current to charge a 24-volt battery system. The manufacturer suggests a battery capacity of 200 amp hours or larger, which is great for taking consumptions of a small off-the-grid installation or even a small single-bedroom apartment. The charge controller has got MPPT capabilities, so it's good at from low to high wind speeds. And the manufacturer offers a 3-year warranty on the product. The Automax 1500 comes with both automatic and manual braking systems. It has Bluetooth capability. The standard kit comes with 3 spare blades. The unit retails for $1,560 on Amazon. Again, has got stellar ratings. Installation is not trivial and will require significant DIY skills. The unit weighs about 40 pounds. The Automax 1500 is rated to withstand winds up to 110 miles per hour. Pricey, but super customer service. Multiple instances of customer support, whether for spares or for repairs. Reviews are excellent. So you pay more, but you get more. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. There are